Hi, hello, you beautiful souls. Thank you for joining me today. Today, I'm going to speak to you about the throat chakra, okay? And I'm going to talk a little bit more in detail about it and why it's important to heal it, to balance it, okay? And then how it will, the impact it will have on your life and your journey when working with your throat chakra. I'm Carmen Delport, multi-dimensional healer, quantum healer, and channel. So the throat chakra, as we know, is the fifth chakra. It is the color connected to it is blue. So the throat chakra involves all your senses, basically, that you take information in with. So it's the nose, the smell, the eyes, which is seeing, and of course the ears hearing, and the mouth through which we taste and then we express ourselves. So we take in through all these senses and then we express ourselves through our voice and our behavior and expressions, which is all connected to the throat chakra. So if we breathe in and you breathe in and just visualize your throat and your mouth and your nose and your ears filling up with this beautiful blue light. You can feel the energy coming to that area. So that's a very nice exercise there for you to do. It's just to breathe in this beautiful blue light. So the throat chakra, unfortunately, like all the chakras, do get blocked, damaged by life experiences, especially childhood. Not just this lifetime, but all lifetimes, because every single lifetime is held in our cells, okay? And also ancestral traumas as well. So which traumas influence the throat chakra? Basically all of them, isn't it? Because what is it? If something happens to you when you're little, let's go for when you're little, because these things are all applicable whatever age you are. But especially in developing years, when we're developing the throat chakra, and in those important years, if you don't get the opportunity to express how you feel, a lot of damage is being done. So if you, let's say, when you are little, so this is now before the age of 7, but your whole childhood, okay, if you see anything like maybe abusive behavior, if you see people getting hurt, anything that's upsetting to you, if you see it and you're not allowed to verbalize or communicate it, if you're not allowed to verbalize your emotions about what you're seeing, if you're not allowed to express what you're seeing, but you have to hold it in, you're not allowed to talk about it, you block the throat chakra. The same is if you hear anything that's upsetting, like people arguing, crying, anything scary, hearing it, and you can't talk about it, find help for it, you block the throat chakra. Okay, so that is just hearing and seeing. Now, if anything is happening to you physically, like in you being abused or you are being locked up in your bedroom because you've done something, that is taking away your power of you won't be hurt. If you're not allowed to say how you feel as a child, like it is quite, well, it used to be quite normal for children not to be hurt, okay? So back then you will, or so even now, you're not allowed to speak your truth. Now, if you're not allowed to speak your truth at any age, the throat chakra is being blocked, okay? So you can think of many different ways that, or many things that's happened to you in your life or around you, not even to you, around you, that you couldn't express because of shame or fear, or anger, because people always say you shouldn't express your anger, but expression should always be in a way that is nice to receive, or not nice to receive, easy to receive. So if we go about uh, expressing our truth to someone else in a very negative way, that will not be received very nicely. Now, all of us have had our throat chakras blocked in this lifetime, okay? Because in school, you're not allowed to speak your truth. In school, you're not allowed to be yourself because we're in the system. So just there alone, we're being blocked. But if you are going home and you can express how you're feeling with confidence, and you can tell your story, and then that really allows you to be a good communicator, be good at expressing yourself. But if you go home and there's no one there because everybody's at work, or they're too tired to listen to you, now this is at any age, okay? If you are at work all day in a job where you are not happy, you're blocking your throat chakra. And then if you go home and you cannot express that to yourself, if you're not acknowledging it to yourself, because expression is also expression to yourself. So when we're blocking our throat chakra as a child, when we get to adulthood, we cannot express our own emotions and experiences to ourselves because we've blocked it so much. So that's why we find so many people not connected to their emotions at all. Now, all of us, so many of us, I mean, myself, I was completely disconnected from my emotions. I didn't know how to express it. I knew I was feeling things, but I didn't know how to express it, especially being an empath and feeling everybody's emotions and seeing things that most people don't see, because I'm so psychic, and you can't talk about those things. So it is also, if you, for example, like me being psychic and seeing other beings, I couldn't talk about it. I couldn't express it because, you don't do that. And if you believe in something and the people around you don't, and you're not allowed to speak about it, especially in these times now where we are now, where we have people with so many different opinions, and if you don't believe in what's broadly accepted out there, you are being called, as we know, a very unpleasant word, and and that blocks your throat chakra, that blocks your individuality, that blocks your expression of yourself, that blocks you being acknowledged for who you are, that completely cage you in. Okay, so it's very important to be able to communicate to yourself how you're feeling, understand what you're feeling, because sometimes people also don't understand what they're feeling. So that's also the throat chakra, understanding and expressing. Like I said, we can express it in many different ways. We can express it through language, through movement, expression, through art, through our work. There's so many ways we can express ourselves. Communication is key. Okay, now that is just this lifetime. Now, if we look at past lifetimes, especially previous lifetimes where women were not allowed to be heard, where there was very bad punishment for speaking your truth if you didn't believe in what other people believed in, we've lived through some very traumatic things. We've lived through some serious wars that we were not allowed to express. People just didn't express themselves. For example, if you've lost a loved one, no one wants to talk about the loss of that loved one. It's not something you talk about. So you're not allowed to express your loss. So these are all things that's blocking the throat chakra. Previous lifetimes and this lifetime. Especially abuse in previous lifetimes or ancestrally. Abuse, alcoholism, any addictions that is blocking your truth if you didn't speak about it, if you didn't express your emotions, okay? Now, like I say, these things are trapped in our cells. Now we need to work, when we work on the throat chakra, we need to work on all levels, okay? We need to work on communication, on tapping into your emotions, understanding what you're feeling. We need to work on our voice, like singing and chanting really helps with opening up, bringing out the emotions and the blockages. And movements as well. Movement is also good for releasing, especially the throat chakra. Is if you've got tight neck and shoulders, that will also cause strain around the throat chakra. Now, in my work with my clients, I work on all lifetimes. Now, the throat chakra is very important for receiving your wisdom from past lives and your gifts from past lives. So if you're on the ascension journey, it's very important to work on the past lives, because you can only ascend if you've healed the traumas from the past lives. Now, also the throat chakra, if you've been crucified in a previous life, or maybe strangled, or publicly humiliated for speaking your truth, being yourself, then your throat chakra will be blocked. And so we need to release that blockage so you can be your authentic self. Also, the throat chakra is where we have, so all the traumas need to be removed. But then also we received implants as well from AIs to prevent us from speaking our truth. And also if you've had any spells put on you, or black magic spells from this lifetime or previous lifetimes, that needs to be removed as well. And it's something that I see almost every day, is that spells that's been placed on people that needs to be removed in order for them to become themselves. Okay, so if you have got all these things like ancestral healing, that's all connected to the throat chakra. But like always, we need to work on all chakras, because we need to start at the root chakra and work up. So in my work that I do, I connect with your soul, and the soul guides the healing. So whatever healing you need around the throat chakra, that will be healed. Okay, so if you are struggling to communicate your truth and be your authentic self, or you feel very unbalanced, you don't know who you are, then you definitely need to work on your throat chakra. And you can start off by singing and chanting, and journaling is a very good way. Journal about your emotions, journal about how you're feeling. If you can't verbally express your emotions, then journal them. That's a good way to get them out and to release them and to start let them flow. Okay, then after that we need to, like I say, with myself, like a healer, remove those blockages, whatever it is. And then it's also important to just be mindful that this is a journey we're on. Okay, and we're always healing. Like I've been seeing healers on a regular basis since 2006, and that's when my journey started. And so I've been working on all these things a very long time, but now the energies is so much stronger. We are so supported at the moment for healing that we can heal so much more in a session. Okay, so I channel my guides. I myself have my own gifts that I work with. I can connect with your guides, and together we can heal whatever needs to be healed. Okay, now I'm going to give you something, affirmations that you can use. This is a lovely little book, Chakra Healing by Liz Simpson. And there's just some nice affirmations in here that you can say to yourself that will help you with healing your throat chakra. So the first one is, I am starting to speak up for myself. What I have to say is worthy of being listened to. Because so many of us feel that what we have to say isn't relevant, isn't worthy, doesn't matter. Okay, that's not true. Your voice is important. You need to voice what you're feeling. I delight in my self-expression and in all my creative pursuits. Now that can be whichever way you express yourself, whichever way that is, okay? I listen to and acknowledge the needs and wants of others. Very important, because the throat chakra is also our ability to listen to others, to hear what they're saying, to understand what they're saying, to be present in what they say. Okay? Very important, because we all want to be heard. I always speak from the heart. So with the throat chakra, it's very important to connect to your heart so we can speak our truth, because this is who we are, our soul. The anchor of our soul is in the heart. Okay, so it's very important to connect to your soul when you're working on your throat chakra, when you want to be you, your authentic self, and express your authentic self in all its glory. You need to connect to your soul. Okay. My thoughts and speech are considered before I utter them. And that's something I'm still working on, because I like to just say what I think and, just get it out there. So we all need to think from the heart before we say. I'm still learning that. My voice is becoming stronger and more compelling. Now, with the throat chakra, if your voice is very weak, or shrill or very loud, that's a sign you need to work on the throat chakra as well, or muffled, or you just want a nice voice. That's it. Okay, so those are nice affirmations you can do on a daily basis to work on your throat chakra. Then just nice loosening up the neck as well every day. Just do some circles, loosening up the neck to get the blood flow going. And then we also, what I want to point out, I do webinars. I've got one coming up on the 20th of February, which is healing the throat chakra. Now, it's a small group event online where I connect to your soul. We as a group connect, and we do the healing of the collective group. Then after that, I do the individual healing as well. Okay, so whatever needs to be removed that your soul wants you to work on now to release, that is what we will do. Okay, or you can book a private session with me where we do so much more. So there we go. So if you have any questions, pop them in the comments. If you like this video, please share it, like it, comment. I really appreciate you and I value your time. Thank you for being here today. And speak your truth. Be your beautiful, authentic self in all your glory. And shine your light. Okay? Accept yourself for who you are now. And every day is a journey where we're going. We're always learning. And in these times where we are now, where the energies are so intense, it's so supporting us, and we are being forced even to be working on ourselves. So I'm sending you all lots of love. Take care. Bye.